Welcome back to Wharf Wide Web. Today we're going to round off our look at transportation round the wharf by taking a look to the skies. Before light pollution came along and wrecked our night vision, the evening skies were once a source of both education and entertainment. The Methodist chapels in the area regularly offered educational talks to their members, and astronomy was a popular subject. The skies sometimes put on their own display, as this chap witnessed on his way home from the floating chapel. The skies were a subject of fascination for some people quite early on, with balloons being the first vehicle of choice. Italian aeronaut Vincenzo Lunardi made several flights around the country and came up to Chester in 1785. He had to cancel a planned flight after burning himself with the acid he used to make hydrogen gas, but then took off and drifted the 6 miles to Hatton. While Lunardi was out of action, Thomas Baldwin, the man who would go on to back John Smith's steam tug, took to the skies in Lunardi's balloon fully equipped with a sketchbook, map-cum-table, big ball of string, early megaphone and a pigeon. He conducted experiments in the 2 hours he was in the air, and his journey was from Chester, past Preston Brook and Daresbury, before finally landing near Rixton Moss. He wrote an enthusiastic book, the Aeropedia, afterwards, briefly mentioning the wharf in a passage over the whithertos and whyfors of aeronautical navigation, and his map shows that he bobbed about overhead for quite a while, to the confusion of the men on the wharf at the time, who initially thought there was something paranormal happening. The skies over the wharf would remain relatively vehicle-free for the next century or so, until the innovation of the plane. Planes were fairly slow and low-flying in the early days, and teachers would allow the boys in the local schools to go out and watch the few that flew overhead. In the Second World War, planes became far more common, especially as the Royal Navy took the newly constructed airfield at Stretton as a base for various squadrons of the Fleet Air Arm, and it became quite a busy airfield with planes heading in and out over the Irish Sea and patrolling the Liverpool Bay. There's also a final type of aircraft that you might have been expecting from our title today, the UFO. In 1990 there was a spate of elaborate crop circles appearing in wheat fields all over the country, and that's probably why the one that appeared in the field behind the wharf was largely ignored. This one was about 60 feet in diameter and did have patterns towards the centre. In a strange occurrence, while one lady was inspecting the circle, 2 others were waiting in the car for her at the edge of the field. With no other traffic on the road and no wind or rain to change road conditions, the man driving his car towards the parked vehicle found his own car swerved into it as though drawn by a magnet. And a couple of years later, a pink ball of light like a football appeared in the sky over Cotton's Bridge, before zigzagging away towards Chester. And that concludes our films for this year's Heritage Open Days. If you've enjoyed them, click the subscribe button so you can be the first to know when we release new videos, or follow us on social media to learn about our in-person events. Low budget alien? But how will you phone home? Oh no!
Diddly diddly.
Doo-doo.